Athletes want to know which nutritional strategies are best to optimize muscle size and athletic performance. I was recently asked about the best strategies related to the timing and distribution of consuming protein throughout the course of a day. Dr. Paul Arciero is a professor in human nutrition from Skidmore College in upstate New York, and he has popularized the term protein pacing, which refers to consuming approximately 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. And this protein is evenly spaced throughout the day, so approximately 20 grams are consumed every 3 to 4 hours, resulting in 5 to 6 protein feedings or meals throughout the day. The first protein feeding is consumed within 1 hour of waking in the morning, and the final protein feeding is consumed within 2 hours of going to bed at night. In the middle of the day, or within 30 minutes from the conclusion of an exercise session, another protein feeding should be consumed. In some related research related to these premises, Areta et al. In 2013 found that consuming 20 grams of protein every 3 hours was optimal for stimulating muscle protein synthesis. Now, muscle protein synthesis is believed to be a precursor to gains in muscle mass. Schneiders et al. In 2015 found that consuming protein before bed at night was an effective strategy for improving muscle mass and strength in physically active resistance-trained males. Arciero and colleagues have conducted several studies investigating protein pacing and a multimodal exercise program, which they term RISE. The RISE protocol combines resistance exercise, interval sprint training, stretching, and endurance exercise. These 4 types of exercises are performed separately 1 day per week, so a total of 4 exercise sessions are performed each week. Now, before we proceed to discussing this research, I'd just like to emphasize that I am not a registered dietitian. Therefore, I cannot offer specific individualized nutrition plans for any athlete. However, what I hope to accomplish over the next few minutes is to share some of the new exciting research about protein pacing so athletes can make their own individualized nutrition plans in order to optimize performance and adaptations to training. The first study I'd like to touch on by Arciero et al. In 2014 compared the RISE exercise protocol plus protein pacing to 2 other groups. The second group performed resistance exercise only plus protein pacing, and the third group performed no exercise but did follow strategies consistent with protein pacing. Participants were healthy but inactive, overweight, or obese males and females. Other than the timed protein feedings, no other changes or attempt to manipulate the participants' habitual diet was made. After the 16-week intervention period, the protein pacing plus RISE exercise group showed the greatest loss in body fat. The protein pacing plus RISE exercise group also experienced the greatest gains in lean body mass, 3 times more than that in the protein pacing only group, and more than 2 times that of the protein pacing plus resistance training only group. In 2016, Arciero et al. Investigated protein pacing plus the RISE protocol on physical performance in 30 healthy, physically active females. The control group performed the same exercise program, the RISE protocol, but consumed only 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. The protein pacing plus RISE exercise group showed significantly greater gains in muscular endurance based on sit-up and push-up performance tests. The protein pacing plus RISE group also showed superior gains in assessment of bench throws, which looked at muscular power. Now, both groups showed significant improvements in strength based on 1RM testing of the bench press and leg press. However, there were no significant differences between groups. Now, this study shows that protein pacing may further augment training adaptations in physically active females. More recently, in 2017, Ives and colleagues investigated protein pacing plus the RISE protocol on physical performance and other markers of health in 20 physically active males. Now, one group followed the protein pacing strategies plus the RISE protocol, while the control group performed only the RISE protocol without protein pacing. The protein pacing group achieved greater improvements in 1RM bench press testing, improving by 21 pounds compared to 10 pounds in the control group. The squat jump improving by 171 watts compared to only 13 in the control group. The 5-kilometer timed cycling test improving by 37 seconds compared to only 11 in the control group. And finally, flexibility based on a sit and reach test, where the protein pacing group improved by 5.3 centimeters compared to only 1.2 centimeters in the control group. So similar to the study done in active females, these findings support the role of protein pacing in maximizing physical performance adaptations when combined with a multimodal exercise program. Based on this series of research, we can conclude that protein pacing combined with a well-structured exercise program is a very effective strategy to improve performance in physically active individuals. There are some limitations to the body of research, including small sample sizes used in these studies, only short-term assessment of outcomes, and to date, there's been no research investigating these strategies in higher-level athletes. To summarize protein pacing, this involves consuming approximately 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, with each protein feeding consuming approximately 20 grams of protein spread evenly over 5 to 6 meals each day. The strategy of protein pacing has been shown to result in beneficial gains in body composition, flexibility, muscular endurance, muscular strength, and power. Now, as a physical therapist in the state of New Jersey, specific nutritional advice or prescription is outside my scope of practice. However, the evidence I have referenced can be used so athletes can now make their own informed decisions about protein intake and timing. If any athlete would like an individualized nutrition plan incorporating strategies related to protein pacing, I would be more than happy to make the appropriate referral to one of our local registered dietitians. Thank you.